data.
Bro.
We're gaining on it. We're moving, mostly moving stuff now. We're kind of. Scarlett thought she was going to redo the kitchen cabinets herself before we moved in, but no, and she's decided to wait on that until we get there, and she's not working anymore.
Probably wise. She's gonna do it herself.
We got all the electrical stuff and the plumbing, and
wow.
Gonna strip them down, refinish them, paint them. All that jazz. She's pretty handy.
It's no easy task.
No, it's not. But you know, hell, we'll figure if she fucks it up, we'll just get new ones. But she wants to try it, so why not?
And she is retired.
Yep. Yeah, so we got all, a lot of the stuff that we've done. It's all the stuff that you can't, you don't really see.
Mm-hmm.
So we've gotten most of that done. But we're thinking about now. She's saying she wants to take up the carpet. The only place there's carpet is in the basement. So thinking we might take up the carpet in the basement and put down wood floors down there to go with the rest of the house.
Oh, that's good, man. Carpet's nasty, dude.
Yeah.
We have carpet in half of our house, and it's awful. We can't afford to redo it. Hold on just a second.
Yep. So just the big thing we got. We're gonna master the primary bath. I'm not supposed to say master anymore. I'm gonna redo the primary bath at some point, but we're also wanting to do some pretty significant stuff outside. Like the deck is it's useless, can't be used. Build like an outdoor, really upgrade that to like an outdoor living space type deal with fireplace and kitchen and all that stuff. Have like a two level, yeah. And
nice.
So I think that's going to be the first big project.
You going to do that yourself or hire it out, or?
Oh, I'm going to hire it out. That's going to be, and we're going to tie it into the, the existing roof and all that stuff. So it's going to be a.
You're going to have to get you one of them there building permits.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to get right.
A permit for everything in Lexington. You just build it.
I know.
Right now, I got a spot for one. I think I'm gonna.
Scarlett half the plants.
Oh, so many plants.
I don't remember seeing that many fish tanks when I was down there, up there.
There's one upstairs and there's one in my office.
Okay.
There was a time that I had like 10 or 11, but never in this house. That was in the previous.
The salad years.
The salad days. That's exactly right. But I think I'm going to, the one down here at my office is a 55-gallon, and I got a 40-gallon upstairs. So I think I'm just going to upgrade to a 75-gallon and just have the one.
What kind of fish?
Doing salt or fresh?
Freshwater. They're Tanganyika and cichlids.
Cichlids are always great.
The ones that I've got down here now, man, I just now saw a new batch of babies. They breed like rabbits.
What do you do?
The cool thing about
cichlids.
The cool thing about this breed is that they basically are they're like a colony, and they just create their own colony. So there's a group of, or there's two main ones, a main male and dominant male, dominant female, and they have babies, and all the other ones, all their other older babies take care of the young.
Huh.
And they
there's a guy in northern Kentucky that has a his house had this big, I don't even know what it is. It was like a water runoff type of room, but he just turned it into a giant eel pit.
Yep.
An eel pit.
What?
Pit that's like got
freshwater eels.
Yeah, he's got eels in it. He's got all types. He's got crabs and all types of shit in it now.
Huh.
Wow. How big is the pit?
Here, hold on. I'll copy it into the Discord.
A guy that my daughter
It's
all
probably
the
him.
it's like his basement. He like
Yeah.
dug up his basement floor and turned the whole thing into like an aquarium. It's like a 3 foot deep or 2 foot deep aquarium.
Yeah, he's got like cinder blocks that he walks across, and the rest of it's just like underwater. He's got like a daylight cycle on the lights downstairs, so it'll go by like certain hours, and it'll do daylight cycles and do all that stuff too.
It's crazy.
I bet that's good for your resale value.
To the right person, it might be.
Yeah, that's called
Yeah,
that's called
a
a niche.
specific buyer. Niche.
But it is pretty cool to watch. But yeah, I agree with you. That's not very it's not very market friendly if you're trying to sell a house.
That's it. Jared, do
I do
we
not
have
like
any
eels.
new rules or
We'll wait. We'll
guidelines of
wait till
etiquette?
we'll wait till everybody gets here and discuss a little bit.
Okay. Jeff, do you have anything you need to do to sound check yourself
No,
or others?
I think you all are okay. It's just sound checked myself. So there had been complaints before in previous streams about my voice being way too loud, so I had turned myself way down to counterbalance that. And I guess that when I figured out how to get you all at the same level, I forgot to turn myself up some. So it's just a guessing game trying to figure out how it all works. But I think I've got it pretty close.
Yeah, good deal. Yeah, I've gotten where I enjoy listening to it, but it is
Yeah, Steven said that he
you.
could actually hear me
I
from
mean,
the
you were there, but it was definitely muted. Not when I say muted, I don't mean silent. It was just
yeah. I was
barely audible.
which is the way my wife likes me, but
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure y'all can feel that.
Can't imagine.
Bob and
When the hell
James.
did Joe Bob start golfing?
I don't know. James looks
I
like
think
Sounds
he's
like
in the
about
Discord.
1 o'clock this afternoon.
I, I
it
Yeah, I'm
think
sounds like
coming
a
in.
it sounds like a Nick's. That might be a Nick Warnick influenced thing. I don't know why Dad just recently got really into golf, but he did. More power to him.
Dedication to his craft here.
Got your dedication to sparkle motion.
sparkle motion.
Hell, Heckle can keep on sleeping. So, yeah, just so kind of take a pause as you are about to say something. Make sure you're listening to, or and just try to be mindful and aware of everything else that's going on. And as Reverend is
Can you
saying
repeat all
here,
that? Sorry, I
raise your
wasn't listening.
hand. No, I cannot. Yeah, if you got something,
I'm
go in
talking.
chat here and do a hand raise, and I'll try to keep an eye on that better because that will help out tremendously.
How do we do that?
Um, what's that?
Did
Just
you
click
have,
your chat box and type something in.
Yeah, just type in hand. Or, yeah, or
are you talking
me
about
me.
Discord or you want? Okay,
No,
in
on
Fantasy
fan.
Grounds.
I rarely look at the Discord stuff. I've got too many different screens going on. So if we can do that, that would be helpful. I know that everybody is busy as well, but we're now 3 weeks in a row where we haven't had a journal entry before the next. Again, I know we're busy. I know everybody's got a lot going on. Every journal entry does not need to be a work of, fine fiction, but I'd really like us to start getting these things, knocked out in a more timely manner if we could. And speaking of, who is
That
on?
was my fault. I started that trend. So
No, you didn't. It's just everything happens. Life happens. I know life gets in the way, and every now and then it's going to happen. But now, hell, it might be 4 weeks in a row. So 3 or 4 weeks in a row now, we've had issues. So, occasionally I get it. Things get in the way, but I don't want it to become the way we do things. I don't want it to become a regular order of business because, quite frankly, I don't take notes while we're playing, and I need it myself because to keep track of everything that's going on because 90% of what I do is just off the cuff. So I need it to remember. So
we're just pretty much bullshit. So we're gonna be bullshit, like me making up stuff.
And that's fine. And that's fine. And that's the great thing. You've got full creative authority to do your journals however you want. You could recap Star Wars if you want in the journal entry, and
it would now be
we'll just have to
canon.
live with it.
Man, we need to play this to our advantage. That's what I'm hearing. Who is on journal?
I'm about to just start putting level up
who got
every
journal?
single
Who's
one
got
of the journals.
It's me tonight.
to the orphanage, but to go to the inn. And you met the Irwins, Irwin Martikoff and his family. And let's see if we actually might have some inn music here, I believe. I don't know if there's actually any music. I think it's all just
It's awful
like
chipper music for Barovia.
ambient sound. So you kind of figured out that they are no friends of the devil Strahd. In fact, they are Weir Ravens, a group of Weir Ravens. Family are aligned against Strahd. You also met Rictavio, a guard that has been staying in the inn for a little while, and you met the
Remind us
wolf.
about his monkey.
Well, he mentioned that he had a monkey, but he had given it to the Blinsky, the toy maker.
Was that a quest or?
No, he just mentioned that he said something about oh shit, what's the monkey's name?
Piccolo.
Piccolo.
Yeah, he said something about Piccolo, and somebody asked him. He said that was his pet monkey, but that Irwin didn't like monkeys, so he gave it to the toy maker.
Made his wife sick. Allergies.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Allergies. So and you met the wolf hunters, Soldar Soldarovich and Yevgeny Krushkin. They frequent the inn. They kill wolves and sell the meat for a living.
Did we know if they were? Sorry. Did they know or did they know about the Were Ravens? Are they in the group?
You do not know that. There was no mention, no indication of any kind of Weir Raven stuff down in the common room.
It seemed like that was fairly secretive. Was that
perhaps
fairly
not.
intuitive?
Yeah.
Yep.
But the dude did seem to trust them because he said if we ever needed to be guided anywhere, I don't know why he would point them out as guides unless he trusted them.
Well, I think he trusts them as guides, but it's one of those. I still don't know if we want to have our werewolf y'all in full werewolfness in front of them as wolf hunters.
Yeah.
But they could probably take us where we needed to go.
If we ever run low on cash, we can always sell y'all for jerky.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
And you also, Irwin told you that he was very concerned because his wine delivery is overdue. And he is part of the family that owns the Wizard of Wine winery, and concerned that he has not heard anything, and they have in quite some time.
Did he give us a contact name?
He did not.
Okay.
He just asked if you would, kindly check out the winery.
We can ask him who's stationed at the winery to know who we're trying to find.
Well, he has family there. It seems like there would be somebody there that would be the right person to seek out.
If you'll give me a moment, I will did not have it right at my fingertips.
I think our diversion from the orphanage to the inn was a good sidestep.
Agree.
I think the TPK was at the orphanage.
Well, I mean, just getting allies and knowing we have people we can talk to the devil about.
Now that we basically have a whole
And
like a wing.
okay, so here are the three wines. I couldn't find, just made one up. So, but here are the actual names of the three wines that they make. It's the Purple Grape Mash #3, the Red Dragon Crush, and Champagne du l'Estampe.
Yule Stomp.
That sounds
And
like a drinks
yep,
Taco Bell.
yep.
How do you spell stomp? Like stomp?
STOMP. Champagne du l'Estampe.
The champagne of stomp.
Yep. And and Erwin tells you that his father's name is Davian, Davian.
Davian the Ravian.
Davian. So that's where we are now. Heckle is still in bed at the church. And what do you guys want to do?
Well, we would go to the orphanage next.
You did, but let's get into it. Let's play it out.
I say we avoid.
That's
How are
fine.
you doing on time, y'all, with your disguise?
He didn't have it up right now.
I mean, I don't have it up right now. When he walked in, that's when we had the whole.
So you need to recast, and then you have an hour. Is that the way it works?
Yeah, I'll recast and have another hour. But Erwin said something about just throwing a cloak over and just kind of avoiding basically the main streets or something like that.
So
Yeah, that's true. So
A
I mean,
cloak.
yeah, I can. I have. It really doesn't hurt me to burn one spell for.
Yeah, I
it,
would say
but-
that's probably for when we're going through the the woods on the way or something like that.
I think
So
we
yeah,
should get
I'll
you
just
a cloak and a plague mask.
be a giant doctor, giant plague doctor.
You didn't remind us, Jared, but what are we doing at the orphanage? We're looking for a kid with some bones and
So Yesko is the
yes,
altar boy that Father
Was it?
Lucian
Yeah.
thinks he may have or Father Lucian knows that he mentioned about the bones, and
Well, I
so
think he was the only other one that knew about the bones, right?
he's the only lead that you've got for the bones.
Remind us what these bones were.
Uh, the bones they're the bones of Saint Andral, Andral, and these bones are what Father Lucian and many people believe are the true protection from Strahd. Whereas the the burgomaster believes that the protection from Strahd comes from all the festivals and the good attitude and all that. The priest and many of the town citizenry attribute it to the bones of Saint Andral, or the Saint Andral's church, and protection of the Morning Lord and all that.
Okay. All right. Well,
So yeah, whenever we start to head
what is the
out,
time of day? It's midday.
Yeah, it's like afternoon. You spent the whole morning there at the inn. You probably had some lunch and you had some breakfast. And
Well, we did tell Jared last episode we would go to the orphanage first, so I think we are pot committed.
you can go wherever you want,
Well, no, I
but
don't.
that is
I mean,
helpful.
if we make it, we should just.
Okay.
I mean, that's just my opinion.
He also said this is an open world where he's not going to tell us where we go. We can go in over our head someplace if we take a left turn the wrong way.
Okay, but I think if we tell him at the end of an episode where we intend to go next, we shouldn't change our mind. I mean,
About our decision to kind of make our
Yeah,
choice,
in game it's
like
okay, okay,
I
Yeah.
all right. Where would you guys like to go?
about that.
I mean, if what we're going to do, and he's going to prepare for that, and then we just come in and say, "Ah, we're not doing that anymore." I think that's
To the orphanage.
undue stress for Jared, but that's
Well, of
just my
course, we're going to try to avoid that as much as possible.
All right. So you're making your way
in the world today.
It
to
takes
the
everything you got.
orphanage. Some of this combat tracker, because we got a whole lot of peeps on here that we don't need at the moment. And Freak and Myrtle are staying with Erwin.
That's right. Yeah.
I think you should say Myrtle and Freak because it sounds weird the other way.
Okay.
Freaking Myrtle
Freaky
sounds like
Myrtle.
an adjective.
Freaky Myrtle.
Freaking Myrtle.
God damn Freaky Myrtle.
All right. This is this a 3-story building. It looks a little rough, a little dilapidated, a little it's not in the best condition, the best shape, but it's very tidy on the outside. The shrubberies are all clipped and maintained, and the grass is in great shape. And you can tell that even though they may not have tons of funding and lots of money about take care of the place, that it is kept up very, very well. Is that how that's occurring? You're not sure, but that is something that jumps out at you.
And this is in the middle of town.
This is on the so if you recall Valaki. So there's the map of Valaki, and on the far left there is St. Andrew's Church. We'll circle.
Okay.
So that's St. Andrew's Church right there. And we're just going to say that the orphanage is across the way here from it.
Okay.
Because the orphanage, that's not really part of this. It's not on the map, so or it's not indicated on the map. So I don't actually know where it is. I've just made it up.
Okay.
As soon as we left, I'm gonna go ahead and use another disguised self to look as one of the normal, more brightly colored citizens of Valaki.
Okay.
And are we just entering
Jared?
here with hope to mention that we're just maybe have 2 kids we want to have come here or something?
Yeah, kind of feel out how the main, I guess, headmaster is, and then also ask around where that kid is, see if he's either here at the church.
Would you mind putting Calamus on the combat tracker and on the map for me, please?
Yep.
Thank you.
Can we say we did a quick stop by the church to see if the kid was there?
Sure.
I don't
The
think we
prone
really need to talk
effect
to
is
anybody
on
but the priest to
Callum.
see if he was there.
Milivoj. Is that his name? Milivoj?
You have the prone effect on Callum.
Yeah, Milivoj was not. He's kind of the guy that helps around the church and around the orphanage. Yeska is the kid.
Can you take that prone effect off Calamus real quick?
Yep.
Thank you.
All right. Anything else we need to get square on?
Who wants to do the talking here? It's probably not going to be me. I would nominate Irina or Aklas if it were up to me.
Seem to be more children oriented.
Yeah, Aklas is pretty worried here, I would say, about what's going on. He's not necessarily the one that's going to be the mystery tracker, right? He's not the Scooby-Doo gang. So I think when it comes to finding these arcane bones, these relics, it's not really his forte.
I guess, I mean, Rayla and Irina could both use their noble things to, at least get some respect when you're in here talking to people. So I guess we could probably.
Aren't we trying to discover more than just about the bones?
Yeah, we're trying to
Yeah,
see
I
the
mean, I
kid to
believe
see
you
if he
all.
knows about the bones, and then we're also knowing that somebody in this orphanage was sending children to the hags.
So then I
Well,
guess my question would be, why are all of us going in then? Wouldn't it just be a couple and then some stay on the outside? I mean, if we all went in there, that would seem, I think, rather suspicious.
That's fine.
maybe. I mean, we're in our venturing party who found the kids, and some of us are more attached than others.
I think Aklis would want to not mention. Aklis would say, "Let's not mention the kids that we found and saved."
Well, no, we can just say we found 2 children in our walking around, or we can say 4 children to make them sure it's not specifically those 2. I mean, what would reason would we have here other than if we were looking, had children that we thought about dropping off?
Let's just mention that we found the remains.
Oglethorpe, he sees this place. Oglethorpe sees this place and he says, "You guys aren't taking me to an old folks' home, are you?"
What remains are you speaking of, Aklis?
We came from the windmill.
Right.
Yeah.
We found Irina saw the bones.
Oh, the remains,
right?
the bones of the children. Gotcha.
Yeah, the remains of we found evidence that children were being baked into pies. Right. We found the remains, found the mill. Yeah. Aklis would not want to give anyone who would mean the kids harm, or would be motivated to get rid of the kids as evidence or anything like that. He would be very anti talking about the living children for their own protection.
Right, but what reason would we have for walking in here unless we mention children that we want to drop off? I mean, we don't have to say where we got them.
We've got the letters coming from this orphanage, right? Or was that different?
Yeah, but I guess that's the question. Are we coming in here all accusatory, or are we investigating?
The letters were being sent to the orphanage. Remember, they were addressed
to
the
orphanage.
Signed Morgantha.
Yeah, from the hag saying, "Hey, we can use more kids."
Right.
We could say that we're here to deliver one of those letters and see where that takes us if we wanted to be really underhanded and covert.
Ooh. I like that idea.
What's the purpose behind finding the missing bones?
To return them to the church.
Yeah.
So it's just favor.
Yeah, it's a favor.
He said that's what. Yeah, he said that's what keeps Strahd away, or he thinks.
Yeah, the priest thinks that the bones are what keeps Strahd away. The bones of the saint.
And it's the most valuable sacrament in that church, so it's very important to them.
All right, somebody.
I mean, this is why we usually stay at the end and discuss what we're going to do before we just show up at the doorstep. I mean,
well, you can say you can
to get fed up and walk in there.
I don't care where you say you're having this conversation. Where I just got you on the map, but you can say you're still at the end having this to figure out what you're going to do. That's fine. But let's just figure out what it is.
Yeah. How bad does Aklis stand out being a dragon?
You have not seen anyone else that looks like Aklis. Everybody else that you have seen has been. I don't think you've seen anything other than humans and the hags.
Well, we've seen half elves and
maybe a half elf or 2. Yeah.
I think we have three options right this minute. We can either walk in there, some or all, and say, look, we have some kids that we might need to drop off at this orphanage. Who do we need to talk to? That's one option. Option number 2 is say, we were asked to deliver this letter from a lady that we met, thus and such, and deliver one of those letters and see where that takes us. And number 3 is we can walk in and say, we're here at the behest of the priest from the church, and we're looking for Yeska. I mean, if anybody has a fourth option, I'm happy to hear it.
Break
Those
up
are the
into thirds
Well,
and do
I
each of
do.
them.
What if we go
Go
in?
ahead, Irina.
What if we go in asking to talk to the young man because the priest suggested we could use him to help carry on a venture that we're getting ready to go on?
Milivoj, you want to go? You want to talk to Milivoj?
Yeah, what if we tell him that
Okay.
the priest suggested him because we are needing someone to maybe carry some goods while we go take care of business before and then come back to the town. And that way we get him without raising suspicion and can talk to him.
I like that. We don't have to tell him about the bones. Yeah, I mean,
But we could get him and talk with him without having
yeah,
to
I mean,
actually confront anyone with anything that would be immediately defensive.
Salim slams
yeah,
his
we don't have
hand
to.
down on the table, rattling all the glasses. I say we just walk in there and jerk his scrawny ass out.
For once, I am with you. And by you, I mean you, not you.
Me?
This is so confused.
Settled. It's settled.
Maybe we should wait till Heckle gets here. He always seems to move the storyline along.
He is so wise. He is beyond me.
Kick
His
in the
wisdom
door.
knows no bounds.
This hits very.
I nominate Irina and Aklas to proceed as they see fit. I don't think that
All right.
my character would do any more than he has done so far.
I'm down with that.
Fair enough. Aklis will go forward.
So Irina
An
and
honest.
Aklas.
Yeah.
Irina, you going with him or are you holding back?
I'll go with him.
Be
Who else
careful,
wants
Greg.
to go in?
I'm not going to go in, but I'm at least going to be standing
What's that?
outside.
Okay, get where you want. Get everybody where you want to be.
So that they can see me.
Have we decided
Irina's
how we're going to
grandfather will
approach
go in
them?
with him. Whatever you were saying, I think that sounded good. You know,
Like,
But what's that guy's name and what are we getting him for? What are we going to talk to him about?
The
His name is
bones.
Milivoj.
Milivoj.
no, the kid started with a Y.
Yeska.
Yes,
Yes.
but she was talking
Yes.
about Miroslav or whatever. And
Who's
Well,
Milivoj?
who's the young man that has the bone that we think may have taken the bone?
Yeska.
That's
Yeska.
Yeska. He's like a boy. He's a boy that lives in the orphanage. He's an orphan.
He's
But
an
he
altar
works at
boy,
the
right?
church. Yeah, altar
Yeah.
boy. Milivoj is the grave digger, so he's like a caretaker at the orphanage and the caretaker at the church.
So I thought that was Claudia was the caretaker of the orphanage.
But no, Claudia is the headmistress. He's like
Okay.
Milivoj is like he's like the handyman,
Gotcha. Okay.
grave digger, handyman.
So Claudia is the
But
one
the-
we're going to be
sort of thing.
talking to when we walk in here, though. Correct? Not the handyman.
No.
Well, we don't know.
I mean, assuming if she's the headmistress, I'm assuming that's going to be our point.
And then are we going to ask to see if we can speak with Yeska about taking on a job for us?
No, we can just say we were at the behest of the priest to take him back to the church to do a task that the priest has for him or something. Maybe.
Okay, and then who wants to talk to Milivoj? I mean, if he's the handyman, he's probably seen stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's the main man at the church, isn't he? He's not at the orphanage, is he?
No, he helps at both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, somebody keep Claudia busy, and then somebody talk to Milivoj while somebody's keeping Claudia. Maybe. I don't know. I'm
All
going to
right,
be
so
quiet.
Aklas, you go up to the door, and you
Yeah.
try to open the door, and it's locked. The door's locked.
Okay. I want to be just so we're clear. I want to be carrying one of the letters
Okay.
from the windmill. So
Okay.
take that from Oglethorpe. Aklis will pound on the door a bit.
Okay. You knock on the door, and half a minute later or so, um, it opens up, and you see a little blonde-headed girl, probably about 9 or 10 years old, opens the door, and she's got a pretty significant black eye. And she opens the door and curtsies. May I help you?
The Aklis, as he always does, gets down on one knee to be at the child's level. Dear child, whatever happened to you?
I'm not real sure. Miss Belasco is probably doing something to me in my sleep. She's a witch, you know.
Is she now?
I just woke up this way one morning, not sure what happened. But everybody knows she's a witch. She's so mean. She's always making us clean and makes us go to bed. And she makes us just all the time do this, do that. Nag, 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 nag. Quite the witch.
How
And she just
very
smiles at you.
witchy of her.
Is
How
this
very
is this
witchy.
Claudia? Ask
She's
We
about
don't-
talking about. She's
Claudia.
talking about. Yeah, she's talking about Claudia. This is the little girl talking about Miss Belasco.
Yeah.
Okay. I just didn't know her last name, so.
Yep.
My name is Aklis. May
You're
I have
very-
your name?
You're very funny looking. You look like a lizard. I used to have a pet lizard. Caught him in the garden. Kept him in a little box. And then he died.
This lizard fights witches.
Ooh, are you here to kill Miss Belasco? That would be neat.
But first she must pass the witch test. Can you tell her we are here, please?
Are you going to see if
She looks
weighs
like
the same
one!
as a very small rock?
I could contrive a
First-
scale.
Wood!
Tis a fair court, I assure you.
So she's
He-
just talking your leg off.
Yeah.
Is it
He's gonna
Jessica?
ask her name.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, my name. My name is Jinnabel. Better write that down.
Jennabel. How very lovely. What a beautiful name, Jennabel.
Oh, thank you. Been called that me whole life. I guess my mom named me that, but I never knew me mom. She died when I was just a baby. Don't know what happened to me, Pa.
How very tragic. Tell me,
Lived here me whole life.
are there any grown-ups here?
Miss Belasco's here, of course. Me know which she is.
Yes, of course. Anyone else, or is she the only one?
I mean, Milivoj might be around here somewhere. I don't know. I haven't seen him today, but he's sometimes around. But that'd be it. Sometimes Father Lucian comes by to see us. But that's about it. No, we don't ever have any adults that come to visit us to take any of us away to live with them. They don't want us for some reason. I don't know why. I'm delightful.
Does anyone
Indeed.
come to take any of the children?
Did anybody what?
Does anybody ever come to take any of the children ever?
I mean, sometimes the children disappear, but I don't know where they go.
How many children
Could
are
you
there?
be
Like, I haven't seen Yeska for 2 or 3 days.
Is that so?
And Laszlo and Hans and Franz. Also, haven't seen them, but you know what happens sometimes. They're a little bit older, and sometimes they just run away.
Indeed, but not you. You're a good little girl.
Well, I guess I'm mostly good. I don't get too mischievous. Just every now and then, I might maybe put a cricket in Miss Belasco's slippers or something.
Oh, that sounds very funny. And Akla says, "Can you keep a secret?"
Oh, yes, I love secrets. Yes.
Something told me you were a good secret keeper. I am here to see if Miss Velasco really is a witch, but I need
Oh, I
you
know she
not
is.
to
She's
tell
so
her.
mean. She
Of
makes us
course.
clean this. She makes us clean and clip the shrubbery. She
Not
even made
do
us.
the dishes.
Oh,
Tell me
yeah.
she doesn't make you do the dishes.
Yes, the dishes, and she makes us eat all of our vegetables. It's
Good
awful.
heavens. This is terrible. What a state of affairs. You must keep my real mission from her. But could you bring her to me?
Of course, yes. And she turns around and skips away. She just leaves the door open. Do you all want to go in? Do you want to wait outside? What do you want to do?
I'd say step into the foyer here.
Okay,
Why not split up and
Start searching rooms.
go where you want to be.
Do we all want to come in, or do we want to just send Irina and Akla
Henry
in
Heckle, are you
solo?
on?
I am here. I am queer.
And we love you for it.
I like
All right,
changes,
so
but
just as you guys are about to head in, here comes Henry Heckle running up, running down the lane, coming across the street from the church.
He's just huffing and What's going on, guys?
Have you been working on the journal?
Oh. The writer's block. I tell you, it gets me every damn time. It's just so damn hard being this funny all the time.
I see.
But
All right, so
it's getting there.
okay, so you three go in, and the rest of you staying out.
mm,
Yeah, I'm gonna go in to just kind of look over. I'm just kind of looking over the orphanage
I'm just
while
What do you
they're
look like right now, y'all?
kind of block the door.
just looking like a regular Velaki citizen, kind of just a brightly clothed one. Not too dingy, just pretty cookie cutter, nothing special, just to kind of fall in with the
Human.
rest of the crowd.
A human.
Yep.
Okay, so I'll describe this room to you. It's basically this front hallway is wood paneled and dimly lit. The wooden floors are old and very worn, and the steps of the main staircase sag with age. There is a pile of children's shoes laying by the western wall.
Oglethorpe's going to go in with Irina, and he's kind of unassuming looking because he's so old.
Okay.
You know.
Is that where everybody wants to be?
Accompany
Sure.
my granddaughter.
Okay, so a few minutes go by, and Jenabelle comes back with a very shrewd-looking woman. Very stark and stern. It looks like she's in her early 50s. She's got gray streaked brown hair that's pulled up into a tight bun, and there's some very fine wrinkles around her mouth that you're sure come from many, many years of disapproving frowns.
Does she look
And
a bit like Carol Burnett?
she's got dark bags under her eyes as if she has not slept in quite some time. Yes, can I help you? Jenabelle here tells me you requested me. Can I help you?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes,
she's
very good, Jennifer. Thank
very
you.
prim and matter of fact. Hands crossed in front of her waist, and standing at fully erect posture and head high, chin high.
Like Angela from The Office.
Yes, a little bit like Angela
Yeah.
from The Office,
Uh-huh.
except a
I
little
was
more
I was
stern.
thinking Carol Burnett from Annie.
Perfect, that works too.
So, Who was the letter addressed to? I forget. I need to write it down.
Vasily.
Dear lady, have you someone by the name of Vasily here?
And she just gets this quizzical, surprised look on her face. You can't be serious. What is this, some sort of joke?
I'm afraid not. I'd like to do perception check to see if she recognizes the name. I assume she
Insight
does.
check?
Oh my god. My
That
god.
is
Yeah, let's do
killing it.
insight. Yeah, killing something.
Oh,
Killing me.
yikes.
Can't believe that. Rolled a 2 and a 3 and then an 18 and 19.
Unfortunately, I'm going to keep you to that 2 and 3 because that's what you rolled. You just intended to. You just said the wrong
Okay.
thing. So
Fair enough.
golly, guys. Best you can tell. I mean, she looks. She seems genuinely surprised by what you're.
I should have
That
given
you
you
would
guidance.
say that
My
name.
bad. I
You
forgot.
told us what that word meant, that it was kind of a slang or secondary word for devil. Would our characters know that, or would they not know that? Would that be
That's a good
common
question.
knowledge?
I don't think you all have discussed that with anyone.
I think I rolled like a
Well,
check
I'm trying
on
to
it.
figure out if that's like common knowledge that everyone would know what that name is, or if it's something that is kind of a code word that very few people would know. I didn't know.
No. That. It is
So it'd
not
be like
something that you
asking her
all
if
would know
anybody hears the
necessarily.
name of Beelzebub.
Right. It's not a name that anybody that it's not a name any of you have ever heard, with the possible exception of Oglethorpe, that any of you would have ever heard in
Okay.
Faerun.
Okay.
Well, I think what happened was when we got the letter, I was reading it and I did
Like
some
a history
check. I
check,
can't
I
remember
think.
what
Yeah.
it was. Yeah, and then you said that I knew that it was a word for devil, and I thought I remembered in role playing that telling the party, but maybe I was wrong.
Yep.
I don't know.
It was in my notes.
Perfect.
Okay.
But yeah,
So
she just looks taken aback. Is this some sort of joke? Who are you and what do you want?
I am afraid this is no joke. I wish that it were. I have come into my possession a letter addressed to Vasily at this orphanage.
I assure you there is no one named Vasily here. Do you even know what Vasily means and who Vasily is? Do you?
Enlighten
What kind of
me,
non... Let
please.
me see this letter. Let me see this letter right now.
So he hands it to her.
And she starts reading it, and just the more she reads, the bigger her eyes get, and she kind of stops and she kind of starts to hand the letter back to you, but it just kind of falls out of her hands, and you just kind of see her shoulders sag a little bit, and a little bit of that self assuredness that she was displaying earlier when she walked out. I I have no idea what this is, but and how did you come by this letter? And again, and who are you?
By your reaction, I think you may know more than you're letting on. Perhaps we can sit and enjoy a drink together. Have
Okay.
you any wizards of wine?
I do not have wine here in the orphanage. If you want wine, you must go to the Blue Water Inn.
Quite all right. Perhaps
But
some
yes, if
tea.
you would like to come with me, I will take you into my office. And she looks around you. Looks like there's quite a few of you. You may as well bring them all in.
Thankless, just sort of gestures. Let's take them in.
All right, so she opens up the door there next to you, next to y'all, or whatever the fuck his name is today. Oh, Calamus is stuck in the wall.
Was the little girl there when we
Yes.
did all
Yeah.
that? Okay,
Yeah.
so Aklis, as they're walking in, shoos the little girl away and gives her a really meaningful wink.
Okay. And she comes in here and sits behind the desk. And I guess I found a token for her.
Find ourselves in room number 6.
Pray there's not 2 more 6s.
I think this is the first time Miroslav and Heckle have been actually next to each other, and Heckle just keeps looking him up and down, just that bewildered look on his face, just up and down, just trying to figure him out.
Dr. Heckle, there's 2 physicians. Perhaps I could impose upon you for a consultation for your psychiatric abilities.
And he just
Seem to
kind
have.
of, yeah, but as soon as you start to
Yes.
speak to him, he just gives the "What the hell's wrong with you?" type thing.
Okay. Is that token showing up on the map there?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. So this appears to be a relatively modest office space featuring a desk set in front of an aged fireplace. The bookshelves lining the north wall appear to contain mostly official documents and volumes. And she goes in and sits down behind her desk, and you do see, yeah, and on the wall on the door there was a little plaque that said Headmistress Claudia Belasco. And she sits down and says, "I don't know the meaning of this letter. It's clear you all are not residents of Vallaki, and, well, by the looks of you, you don't appear to be natives of Barovia. Vasily is a nickname. For the devil himself. He hasn't been seen in Vallaki for 20 years or more."
I see.
I
It
believe
is
you've been sent
curious
on.
that
I believe you've been sent on a wild goose chase. I don't know who gave you this letter, but they're clearly pulling your leg.
Lady, do you care for the children in your charge?
Of course, I care for the children in my charge. I love every one of them as
I
it's
do.
every own.
I guess. I guess I believe her. I
Great.
rolled a 9.
Yep.
Can I do
So
an
Maybe
have,
insight?
not. Yeah. Sure. Absolutely.
and so I would say the pain must be immeasurable for any that happen to go missing.
Yes, of course. Granted, I am a strict taskmaster. These children need discipline in their lives. I expect them to behave, and, well, they must take some responsibility for, well, for the orphanage, for their home. I do them no favors if I let them slack and just have 24-hour playtime. There must be discipline, there must be order. But yes, I love all of them dearly, and I want only the best for them.
I can assure you that that is my want as well. It may displease you to learn, then, that we have not been led astray, for we have not been led toward you. We found many such letters alongside the remains of children.
Oh dear.
This was after
Okay,
we
several.
just dispatched their captors.
And who are their captors? What? I don't understand. I mean, we've had children that, especially the boys, they often run away when they get a little bit older and feel like they can make it on their own in the streets or wherever they may decide to go. But they tire of my discipline. They tire of the order. They just want to be on their own. But oh dear, oh dear, Laszlo and Hans and Franz, they've been gone for more than almost 10 days.
Do they usually leave in groups?
Who knows?
Who knows? There are children under your care. Surely you know.
Sometimes they leave 2 or 3 at a time. Other times it's just one. And then you notice that she kind of chokes up just a little bit, and you see just a little trickle of a tear.
Damn my disadvantage. Exhaustion is
Come
awful.
down one cheek. Yep.
I'm gonna give myself guidance as well.
Crocodile tears do not count here.
What
Crocodile
efforts
tears.
are made to retrieve these children?
Ooh, all right. I'll take a 30
All
on
right.
insight.
Y'all, you believe her 100%. You think that her tears are genuine, that she truly does believe that she cares for all of these children as if they were her own and wants nothing but the best for them. And you can also tell that there's something going on here that she's not sharing.
I'm gonna see if Aklis looks over towards me. I'm gonna kind of give him a small little like nod. He has, I guess I wouldn't know if he has like telepathy or any of that, like messaging or any of that shit.
I can do ascending to you, but that's the only
Yeah,
way
that's
you
what
would
I'm
be able to
saying.
reply.
Yeah, I don't know if I would know you even had that because I don't know if you've ever talked to me through that before. So
But there'd be no way for me to, like, unless I know you want me to.
right.
And he'd have
Yeah.
to cast it right in front
Yeah.
of her. You have to pull out a copper
Right,
wire
that's true.
and talk into it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna kind of sit over here and just acknowledge. I'm not gonna say anything yet. Just keep listening to the conversation.
I would say if you were to move to catch his eye.
Now let's
Yeah.
not get into too much metagaming here.
All right. Yep. Fair enough. So Akvis is going to say, I assure you, we are acting in the interest of the children, both those missing and those in your care. Anything you can share with us, we will use only to their benefit.
Give me a persuasion check.
I can give you guidance beforehand too.
You are
Oh,
not
please.
remotely close enough to give him guidance.
Ah,
Oh, it's
shit.
a touch. Is it a touch? Oh, it is a touch.
Damn it. God damn it. Damn this exhaustion.
Should have eaten more pie.
Arena, how about you?
Would you like a piece of pie? I have 5 left. I would be more than willing to share
I don't know.
with you.
I don't know if you're actually willing to share your pie.
Have we
somebody's
asked?
holding 6 of them.
I think we tossed him.
Irina is holding.
Irina's got him.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I still have them.
Have we asked her what happened to the girl's eye?
No.
We have not.
What happened to the girl's eye? Why does she have a black eye? The girl who let us in.
Give me a persuasion check.
All right. -1.
Nice.
She kind of turns around to you because in her little swivel chair. She says, something is very wrong here. For the last week or so, the children have been Many of the children have been waking up at night, bruised, waking up in the morning after nights of sleep, bruised, cut. Many of them not sleeping at all, complaining of nightmares, of the most horrid and evil nature. And she kind of stubs up a little bit more, and she's really fighting hard to hold back tears. And poor Cedric. He didn't wake up at all one night. I don't know what happened to him. He looked like he'd been beaten. Just beaten. He did not wake up. And she kind of turns away from you, kind of turns her back to Oglethorpe and away from everybody in the room. And she's pulled out a handkerchief or something, and she's dabbing her eyes with it.
It does seem that you care for these children, but you need to elaborate and tell me what else is going on here. This is clearly a devil at work here, and you clearly cannot handle it all yourself, so allow us to help you.
She gathers herself, takes a big deep breath, and she turns back around. There's a new resident, Felix. He arrived nearly 2 weeks ago. The children have always been somewhat afraid of me, and there's always been a bit of... we tried to make this a happy home for them, but my goodness, they're orphans, and no one ever comes to take them. No one ever wants to adopt them and take them as their own. Well, this whole bloody place is like one long nightmare, but for the last 2 weeks since that Felix arrived, something very strange is going on here. That is when the nightmares started and the children started
He's a child, an orphan.
waking up with injuries.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to clarify.
Felix.
Felix is an
Yep.
orphan who's staying there? Okay.
Yep. Felix is an orphan. He's a new orphan. Yep.
Gotcha.
And now poor sweet
From where
little
did
village
Felix
girl,
come?
Milivoj.
Do we know where his point of origin was?
His family lived in the woods to the west of here. They had a small farm, apparently. All I know is that both of his parents are dead recently.
I would like to introduce myself to you. I am Dr. Zlatan Miroslav. I am a physician. If any of these children need medical care, perhaps I could be of some assistance.
Wait, a physician?
Indeed.
Really? Perhaps you could help Milivoj. Poor dear sweet Milivoj. He's been gravely ill for the last several days. I fear he is on death's door himself. Please.
Lead me to him at once.
All right. How do we get there? Okay, so here is Milivoj. Okay, so I'm going to open up some... So she leads you out of her office, across the hall, and into what must be the main living area. You can see area 2 there on the map. And there's a couple old couches, some mismatched stuffed chairs, chests crammed with worn toys, and 2 small dining tables surrounded by chairs. There are currently 3 young girls crowded around a dollhouse in the south of the room. You see an older boy pacing the room with a toddler on each hip as he tries to soothe them. They're crying, inconsolably. Another boy and girl are playing a game of tag and chase each other around the furniture, and an older girl sits on the couch and reads aloud to 4 more gathered toddlers, and the room is a den of chaos and noise. And you notice that one of the girls leading that's at the dollhouse has just got bruises up and down both arms and on legs. The girl that's reading to the toddlers keeps rubbing at her back. And you just see all kinds of other little scrapes and nicks and cuts, and none of these kids, or they all look like something has happened to each and every one of them. Let me get back out of the.
Can we tell who Felix is by the no damage?
No, you don't see anybody that has not hurt. And then she takes you to. Whoops. This room number 5 up here.
I'm gonna do something silly.
Okay.
How many kids are there?
There are like a dozen kids here, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Okay. I think I'm gonna spend 20 minutes while everybody else is going after to the other section, and I'm gonna take 20 minutes and cast 2 prayers of healing. I can cure up to 6 people at a time for 2d8 plus modifier,
Okay.
plus my extra bonus healing stuff, just to get all the kids back to healed.
All right.
And
everybody else, get where you're going.
Well, we're
Okay.
following
I like it.
Claudia.
I like it.
Wherever she
So
is,
so
that's
Claudia
where
comes. Claudia is up here, room 5, on the map.
Reverend, I will
I don't have
remind
to take
you
20
that I
minutes.
have
Never mind. It's instantaneous.
Okay.
that I have
Oh,
a
but it
bone
casts
saw
10
should you require it.
It takes 10.
Bone saw the children.
Only if it were absolutely necessary.
Oglethorpe is going to stay in here and look at these bookshelves and stuff. See if
Okay.
he sees any magical
Miroslav,
stuff.
I assume you're coming up here.
I am. I want to get to Milivoj as soon as possible. He is possibly on death's door.
Let me.
Heckle just comes down, plops right down on this bed. Like he is just sitting there. Looks like he owns this bed.
Well, there's a very sick young man on that bed.
Actually, can I just
He'll
give
sit right down next to him.
Okay. Hang on just one second. Let me find Mirovoj's.
Just hey, buddy, how you doing?
I think it would make more sense, and the kids would enjoy it more if I gave them each a good berry instead.
Okay.
I think that'll heal their. They're not too horribly injured, so I think good berries would probably be good.
and fill their bellies.
Yeah. And then I will, since good berries were 24 hours from the last time we slept, I will cast good berries so I can have enough to give 2 more out to the other 2 children.
Okay. Where is this? Oh, here we go.
Atlas is down here playing with the kids while the people play doctor.
I think Irina might come out and join Aklis. She's thinking that there's some type of correlation between the missing bones at the church and the appearance of this individual, Felix, with the injuries to these children. And I think she'd like to talk to the kids at some point while everybody's kind of in here distracted.
Maybe ask
Okay, so
those
the,
kids
so the
about
kids
Jessica.
are out here in room 2. Okay.
I'll say I'll be guiding her inquisitions while I'm handing out the good berries and stuff. We're giving treats out for talk.
All right, so let's do this room. Let's do room 5 first. This bedroom is very sparsely furnished. The floors are covered with dirt, and an old shovel lies on the ground on the floor at the foot of the bed. A sickly young man sleeps fitfully. He is covered in sweat from fever and has blood mixed bile on his lips. His pallor is yellow tinged and deathly pale.
Is he conscious?
He's like in a fever dream. He's
No.
Yeah, just he's not really conscious. Every now and then his eyes might open, but he ain't there. He's sick, very
Well,
Heckle's sitting there
without
next to
touching
him.
him, I will do a thorough evaluation of looking at him and sorting him out and doing a medicine check.
okay. And Heckle, what were
Oh,
you saying?
Heckle just looks up to the rest of the group and gives them one of those. I think there might be something wrong with him.
Okay. All right. Give me a medicine check, Dr. Miroslav.
And I'm going to give myself guidance as well.
Can I also do one?
Yeah.
If they'll let me. There we go.
As you touch yourself to give you guidance, Miroslav, you take strength damage. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So you both realize right away that this is not just some natural illness. Um, it's likely not contagious, but he has been either magically or in some way, such as that, he's been made ill.
And I'm thinking to myself that in my former career, I could have considered casting lesser or greater restoration on him, but I'm realizing that I probably don't have that capability at the moment based on the way my
Okay.
I'm a doctor with
consequence has occurred.
You'd know I
absolutely
can probably get
nothing.
poison, but I don't have. But I don't know.
What was that,
Oh, I said I am a doctor with absolutely nothing. I don't have a spell.
Okay.
I don't have I have a potion of healing, and that's it.
Okay, so let's hop back down here with Raylan and Aklis and Irina. What are you doing, Irina?
Well, I wanted to kind of interact with the children and talk to them and see if we could get a little insight into maybe if they're aware um, of is it Yeska, if where Yeska may have gone, or if they were aware of Yeska taking the bones, and if Yeska had areas that he liked to hide things in or hide from people in, those types of things.
Okay. Um, I haven't seen Yeska in a day or two. His best friend, he's really good friends with Milivoj. It's kind of weird because Milivoj is old, and Yeska's young, but Yeska's a little bit older than us. But they hang out together a lot. They're pretty because they both work at the church some, and that's kind of Yeska's kind of Milivoj's best friend. He's kind of strange that he's like a man and he hangs out here all the time, and his best friend is an orphan boy. But that's the way it is. I don't understand it. Luke and Hans and Franz, I don't know where that Laszlo, Hans, and Franz. I don't know where they went, but they disappeared right around the same time that Yeska left. I don't know what's going on. I don't know where they went. No, that's no wait. They left. They were gone before Yeska. I don't know. And she's just rambling on and just telling you stuff like that.
Is this all the same
And
time that the Felix came?
I don't. And they immediately look scared. I don't like Felix. And anybody that hears Felix's name, any of the kids that hear Felix's name, they get a little look of fear or start on their faces.
And Irina's going to try to calm the children's fears a little bit.
Okay.
I, my friends and I are here to try to help to end whatever it is that's happening. Do you know if there were any hiding places in this orphanage that we could look at to see if maybe there are some clues there?
I mean, well, I mean, sometimes people will maybe play games and will hide and seek and maybe go up in the attic, but there's no like secret passages or anything like that. Like it would be if it was a really cool haunted house or something. But sometimes we hide in the attic. Sometimes we hide in the backyard and around the well, and sometimes we'll just go around other the buildings around us. But that's about it.
Do you ever use the well to hide things in?
I never do, but I'm a good kid. Who are you asking that of? Y'all, me? No, you don't know. You don't know who Felix is. All right, let's hop down here to Oglethorpe. Oglethorpe, you stayed in Claudia Velasco's office. What are you doing?
Oh, Oglethorpe is just kind of he took taking this advantage of this time when everybody just left real fast. So he sees all these books and stuff on the bookshelves up there, and he's just kind of interested in them and wants to
Okay.
see what he can see there. If there's anything
So
of
most of the books that you see on the shelves, they look like record books. They look like these are records of the orphanages. They don't look like books. Now you've got the desk and you've got a door in the northern wall to the left of that one bookshelf. But all of this, everything on these bookshelves in this office, they're all like records of, um, the children that have been there over the years.
does
The
Felix's name jump out on there or anything like that? Any information on him?
Give me an investigation check.
All right.
Nice bonus.
On the newer journal that is on her desk, you do see an entry. Felix Johnson arrived 2 weeks ago. Something strange about this young boy. Both parents found dead. Um, and that's basically, it's got the date that he arrived and that sort of thing, and where he came from, and the two wolf hunters brought him in, and that's really all that is in there. Came
The
in.
wolf hunters
Actually,
brought him
it
in.
does say he came in with. He had in his possession. He had a couple books. He had his clothing, and he was wearing a locket.
Hmm. And that's everything in this room of any interest.
That's what you see in this room. And like I said, there's a door to the north, and then there's her desk. If you want to
Door
look
to the
to the
north.
desk,
I would like to look through her desk.
um, all the drawers except for the top middle drawer are open, and you find pens, papers, files. The top middle drawer is locked.
Hmm.
All right, we will go back up to room 5, the bedroom where Milivoj is sick and looking pretty rough.
As I'm evaluating him and trying to figure out what I could do to alleviate his suffering and treat this mysterious illness, I try to draw on my 10 levels of nature cleric. But as is often the case, when I try to use my old cleric stuff, it gets rerouted into my new druidic abilities. And as I'm doing that, I'm going to utilize my wild shape option and take on not the archer as I've done before, but the chalice. The chalice form is a life-giving goblet appears on you whenever you cast a spell using a spell slot that restores hit points to a creature. You or another creature within 30 feet of you regains the hit point equal to 1d8 plus your wisdom modifier. So I'm going to cast Healing Word on this dude, and he'll get an additional 1d8 plus my wisdom modifier, and on
Okay.
top of the Healing Word.
All right, give me a roll.
And like I said, I'm trying to do like a lesser restoration, but this is what
Right.
it gets rebranded as.
Yep. Yeah, you call on your former powers,
And this is what I get.
or what you believe should still be your powers, to try to cast restoration, and this is what turns out. Okay.
So that's the Healing Word. That's the 1d8. And my wisdom modifier is a
4.
4. So I've got 8 plus 7 plus 4 total.
19.
You see this healing radiant light wash over Milivoj, and as it kind of leaves your hands, and I realize you're not touching him, but it kind of leaves you and washes over Milivoj, and it just as it spreads into him, and you would normally expect to see healing, the light just gets just blotted out, and it just fades away.
Okay.
And you see no effect on Milivoj whatsoever.
And he immediately reaches out with his divine sense.
Okay. When you cast divine sense,
Detects the presence of strong evil. Registers on my senses like
yep,
a noxious odor.
there is something there on this young man. It's not like it's not you don't get the sense that he is evil or demonic or fiendish or anything like that. But there is definitely, um, I guess the best way to describe it would be like an unstable aura of some sort of fiendish creature.
Can I do a check, perhaps, to see if I can tell, like a religion check or um, something like that, to see if I could tell what
Sure,
he's
give me a
like?
religion check. Yep, give me a religion check.
Look at that natty 20 drop.
Ooh, drop to 20.
All right, room 2, Irina, and uh, we'll get back to that. Uh, Irina and Aklis and Reverend Raylan.
So Aklis is asking the children about the kids that leave or the kids that disappear. Is there? Do they talk about leaving before they disappear? Do they? Does anybody show up right before they disappear? Any strangers come about right before they disappear? Anything like that?
And as you're talking to one of the, give me a persuasion check as you talk to the older boy that's hauling those 2 infants around on each hip.
My checks are awesome today.
Wow.
I've never ever in my entire life seen somebody roll as bad as you.
I've
Well, I
had
mean, we are.
disadvantage on everything
He's
this
had
entire
disadvantage since
campaign.
we started.
I think his
Entire
intelligence
Um,
is
campaign.
disadvantaged.
so this boy, he's older. He's probably 12 or 13. He says, anyone that's been here very long has thought about leaving at some point. I mean, I guess we're all lucky to have Miss Velasco with a roof over our heads, but she does make life quite miserable at times. And that's all he says.
Any parental figure can make a child's life seem miserable. You would do well to appreciate what she does, not just remember the negative. Can you tell me
He just
who
kind of,
is Felix?
he's an evil little shit, that one. He right freaks me out. I
Mind
hate it
your
when he
tongue.
I hate it when he looks at me.
Language.
Looks like his eyes look like they're going to bore right through you.
Where is he?
I don't know. Probably off by himself somewhere. Nobody likes him. Oglethorpe.
Oglethorpe is going to go over to this door and take out his hearing horn and put it to the door and see if he can hear anything.
Okay, good perception check. You hear nothing.
What? All right. He's not going to risk opening that door by himself. Well, he's just going to kind of peek through there real quick.
Okay. You open up the door.
Just peek. He's gonna play dumb. He's gonna play dementia. Oh, I'm an old
Peek
man.
open the door.
I've lost my way. I've lost my
You look-
companions. I took a wrong turn.
And you see this hallway. There's another door on the left. There's a door right here on the right. I just kind of pulled it out there a little bit. And it kind of looks like it opens up. It looks like it's opening up into a bigger room further to the north.
Okay, he was. Excuse me, sorry. And he's gonna close the door behind him, and he's gonna go.
You don't see anybody. There's
Oh, I
nobody
don't.
there.
I don't. Okay, well, he's gonna keep playing dumb. He's gonna play really dumb and just start waddling down through here. Is this door open right there?
It's closed.
He's gonna keep on and see what's around this corner right here.
Looking for the
Okay.
bathroom.
Hello. Yes, I'm looking for the loo.
It's that prostate.
Yes, oh my prostate. Oh, it's quite a nice room back here. Looks like it might be her quarters.
So while modest and broad standards, this bedroom is quite nice compared to the rest of the orphanage. These quarters are spotless and meticulously organized. You see a large bed, obviously up there in the top north of the room, a wardrobe and a chest of drawers, and a table with 2 books resting on top. You're right next to that table.
Ooh. I will immediately inspect the books.
Okay, give me an investigation roll.
Investigation.
Oh,
Okay. All right, back up in the bed, Milivoj's bedroom. Oh, all right,
Okay.
Salim, you realize that this young man has in some way been cursed, and from the aura that fiendish aura that he's emanating, you expect he has been cursed by some sort of demonic or devilish uh, entity or being.
I immediately tell everybody, don't touch him. He has been cursed by an evil spirit of some kind. He is not himself.
Heckle just stands up from the bed and scoots over and goes, "Oh, he gonna dive in him. Oh, you're gonna die."
Your bedside manner is quite amazing, young Heckle.
All right, back to Irina and Aklis and Reverend Raylan.
Oh, okay.
Does anybody have a protection from evil spell like that?
I do, but I'm not with
Maybe.
you.
I do.
Yeah.
I was getting ready to cast it, and they moved us out of there.
The challenge of being in 3 different places at once.
That's all right. I'm just teasing.
Never
Split the
split
Never
party.
split the party. Never split the party.
Irina, Aklis, and Reverend Raylan.
Irina would like to find out more about the attic. What's kept up in the attic, and what do the children do when they go up there?
We play hide and seek up there. There's just lots of junk and old things. But give me a persuasion check. One of the little girls leans over and says, I haven't been up there since Felix got here. He's always hiding in the attic. I don't know what he's doing up there. I don't like him.
So the
Oglethorpe.
All right. I gave you an investigation.
Yep. And you see 2 books that you see. The first book is entitled Toxic Parenting, The Hurtful Legacy of Corporal Punishment. and it details several abusive practices in parenting children and their negative effects. The second book is Beyond the Morning Lord's Sight. It's a very thin book, and there are some sketchy and incomplete details about the basics of demons and demonic worship.
Hmm.
Give me
I will.
a
Yeah.
history check. You speak Abyssal or Infernal by chance?
I speak both, young man.
Okay. Give me a history check.
Does that mean I get a bonus to my history check?
Just give me the check.
Boom.
Okay. So
25.
you start flipping through this and quickly realize that whoever wrote this had no idea what the hell they were talking about. It basically is just utilizing typical legend and rumor and stories, but that really has no, but they have no basis in actual knowledge or fact.
Kind of like saying abracadabra for magic or something. It's something that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So he takes it. He just kind of limp wrists, flips it back
An
onto the desk.
expose on the 1980s satanic panic.
An expose.
Yeah. And
on
he's
Dungeons and Dragons in the early 1980s. That's exactly.
Yeah. He says rubbish, and then he wants to inspect the rest of the room. Is there anything else in here worth?
Is there any reason to think that those two books are the two books that Felix arrived with, or is that impossible to discern?
Impossible
Good
to discern.
Okay.
There's nothing else of interest in this room except that really sweet bearskin rug at the foot of her bed. And you kind of think maybe Miss Belasco might be a little bit freaky deaky.
Get out your black light.
And
Cast black light.
All right, let's go back up in Milivoj's room. You wanted to cast a spell?
Yes, Salim rushes over to the other side of the bed and he knocks Henry Heckle back and he tries to take his spot by the bed.
Okay.
And he will do a strength check to push him away.
Do you fight that Heckle, or do you just let him push you out of the way?
Oh, he goes sailing. He falls
right
over this nightstand. I mean, he is everywhere. I mean,
okay.
There's
you tip over the bedpan, the chamber pot.
The chamber pot is in his lap. He is down. He has hit the floor.
All right.
Salim leaps onto the bed and reaches across and places his hands on Milivoj's head and casts protection from good and evil.
Okay.
Until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch is protected against certain types of creatures: aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead.
Okay. Good to know. Thank you.
I think it just means they have disadvantage against you.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I don't have anything that I think would take it away.
I think from a role playing standpoint, that was a cool thing to do. Whether or not it actually has any effect, you don't know yet. But I think it was a cool thing to do, and just in terms of role
to try.
Yep.
Heckle finally stands up from the corner and just says, "You're wasting your spell slots. He's a dead man walking."
But it does last for 10 minutes, so I was thinking that even if it doesn't get rid of whatever it is completely, that we might have 10 minutes to at least question it.
Okay.
So anyway, that's my thinking. So I cast that.
I would be familiar with and have the equipment to do, something comparable to an exorcism if I felt it was warranted, and granted, may not have all the wherewithal to do it, and that is, reaching out beyond the mechanics of the game.
Pick
but
a
that
lane,
is
John.
with my history.
Anything else in this bedroom at the moment? You're going to try
Anything
to
else in here to
perform
look
an
at?
exorcism?
Me? Are you talking to me?
No,
Sure.
Miroslav.
Sure.
Okay. How do you how mechanically how are you doing this?
I mean, I have some accoutrement with Ilmater's. I mean, it's not. It's it would be what would be comparable to having a crucifix and holy water and all of those kind of things, and I would know how to, recite the scripture and chant the words and do the whole thing like it was a Prince movie.
So you do all that. Give me a religion check.
Religion check. Okay. I'll give myself guidance again if that's okay.
Yep. Okay.
19.
You realize you go through all that and you're kind of communing with Ilmater and you're thinking back to rituals and exorcisms and things of that nature that you've seen before in your many years of service to Ilmater, and you realize that you have two choices to save this young man. Two options. You can find someone that can cast Remove Curse, or you can kill the demon that has put this curse upon him.
Felix.
A demon.
Felix.
Kill the
Irina,
children. Kill the
Aklis,
children.
and Raylan. Anything from you guys?
I got a shiver up my spine about killing children.
Do we know what's going on in room 5 right now?
You do not.
Okay. So Irina we do know that the young man is sick, and
You know there's somebody sick
Irina,
up there, right? Right.
Irina is going to kind of go down by Aklis and kind of call Rayland over, and she's going to express her thoughts on the fact that this young man comes, the others disappear, the bones disappear, and he hangs out in the attic. That she knows that bones have been used in magic before, and she believes that the bones are being used to make the young man ill somehow. And she also believes that they may be up in the attic with Felix. And she's not sure if she should retrieve the others or what process they should go through next.
The three of you should probably go to the attic by yourselves.
An interesting hypothesis. Children, do you know where Felix is at the moment?
We don't like Felix. Oh, Felix is a stinker. Felix sucks eggs. Everything. Clearly, they don't like Felix.
Did Felix
They
show any?
split off out in the attic.
Did Felix show any extra attention to Yeska?
Not that anybody not that anybody noticed or that stood out to anybody.
But he was friends with the sick kid.
Yeah,
No,
he's friends with the guy.
Yeska and the sick kid were best friends.
Yeah.
Well, he's not a kid; he's an adult.
Yeska and the six. Yeah,
He's
he's
a
like
young man.
He's a teenager. He's a 18, 19, 20 years old.
Oh, I thought he was
No. So maybe he put this curse on Miroslav to get Yeska to do what he wanted. Maybe Yeska is an innocent. Was convinced to steal the bones to help his friend.
Mm-hmm.
And the little girl that I spoke with just a few moments ago said that no one plays in the attic anymore because that's Felix's spot.
Let's get the others and go up.
And
Okay.
third level, remove curse is a third level cleric spell, so that would definitely be something that I would be very familiar with and have, familiarity with, but it's beyond my
And as
ability
you
to
say that, I walk in the
cast at
door.
the moment.
All right,
Is there anything I can do?
Oglethorpe.
Can you cast remove curse?
No, not
Hang
yet.
on, Oglethorpe.
No.
He's gonna open this door and see if it's a bathroom because he really has to go pee.
Okay.
It's probably a
And
closet.
sure enough, yes, it is a bathroom. It's a water closet.
Oh, thank God! Thank the maker.
There's
gonna
the
go in here.
bathtub, the toilet, and the basins.
Is there anything of like potions or anything in here? Or...
No,
Oh,
Bath
it just
bombs.
looks like a
Okay.
typical bathroom.
All right. Well, he will then leave and start coming out with everybody
Okay.
else, and Calamus will as well. So I'll just start making my way around. Actually, when I get to here, I don't know where they went.
Gonna come in and retrieve her grandfather.
I have no recollection.
Irina, where are you? Oh, there you are. Where did everyone go? So he
Oglethorpe
will
has
follow
no
me.
recollection of this place.
I have no memory of this place.
We're just going to wait here for the others.
Okay. Thank you for coming and settling my nerves. And then he's going to whisper to Calamus, Calamus, go upstairs and see what you can see.
All
and
right.
he's going to cast invisibility on Calamus.
Okay.
Send him upstairs. And we can
All
wait
right.
to see what he sees.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna. Yep. I'll just leave him right there at the top of the steps. Okay. What's everybody in room 5 doing?
Oh
I
shit!
guess I
Hold on
could
a
say
second.
I was gonna.
I got
I
to
was
roll
gonna say I
something
was.
real quick.
Oh yeah, you're wild. Yep.
Oh, that's right. Roll your wild mage.
Oh, this is going to be scary.
Yep. That thing should be working now.
It is. It's fine. I'm in complete control.
And we need to rename that to senility magic.
I tried, but it won't. It won't do it. It has to be say wild, but
So we put this wild magic effect in here, automatic roll whenever Oglethorpe casts a spell, and if it goes bad, then his senility impacts him and is going to affect the magic. So
yeah,
Great.
that's what that's about.
Did I notice any change in Milivoj when I cast that spell?
No.
No.
Nope.
As I'm assessing him and doing my thing, I'll tell everybody, this man is beyond the scope of what I can do for him. We must either find someone who can remove the curse, which is a third level cleric spell, or destroy the fiend who is responsible.
He's a goner.
Do you think the priest? I cannot cast this spell as of yet. Do you believe the priest might be able to? Has the priest been here since you've been sick?
He didn't know he was sick.
Yes.
So
He
presumably
didn't know he
not.
was sick. Yeah.
I say the latter is what we have to do. So
And I'm just wringing my hands. It's just eating me up that I can't fucking cast remove curse. It's just, it's just really.
Because you should be able to do it. You should be able to do it.
I mean, yeah, like a piece of cake.
Yep.
It should just be routine. It's a fifth level cleric can cast that, and I still, think that I'm far beyond that, and this should be just easy peasy. And I'm trying to do it, and I can't do it. I'm failing, and it's just not happening.
My friend Miroslav, it is okay. We will we will make this okay. We will fix it. It's okay.
yeah, what Raylan's kind of chuckling because he's like a real cleric. He's laughing because he knows
Well,
he
I
can
can't
do
do it
Ackles,
either.
what you got? I see a knock knock.
Oh, you will.
Yeah.
That's literally what Eccles is doing. He's knocking on the
You're
door.
knocking on the door?
Yeah.
It's open. Stick your head in.
All right, so he sticks his head in. If you have not found anything of relevance in here, we've discovered there may be a clue in the attic. This appears to be where Felix spends his time. Is that not so, madam?
So when you poke your head in the door, you see Celine leaning over the bed, um, holding the head of this boy, and he's screaming in his face, "Where is the demon? Tell me where he is! Where is this demon reside?" He's just screaming in his face.
If you'll forgive me, the demon could well be in the attic.
Oh, Jesus. You shouldn't have said that to Celine.
Eccles is tactless when it comes to some of these things.
Tactless? The tactless.
And Celine
Eccles
does
the
12
tactless.
strength checks to knock through all of us to go kick the door down and kill the charmer.
Away to the attic, everyone!
All right, so you guys going to make your way to the attic?
Well, he's verifying with what's her name?
Where is the school lady,
Like, what do you-
Claudia?
She's in here. She's right there next to y'all.
South of you.
Is she going to come with us, or what does she intend?
She'll come.
How has she reacted to all this
Come.
stuff
I will
that's
lead you to
going
that
on
to
in
the
there?
attic. And so she leads you guys. I mean, she's
Can we tell her to go get
she's
the
clearly, you know, she
take the children to the church?
I mean, she's known something. She's known something was wrong. You know, it seems like. Oglethorpe found those books in her room. You know,
She was probably
possibly
studying up
she
on
was
it,
trying to figure out what the hell's going on. You know.
I suggest you take the children to the church while we deal with this, and maybe if you have a cart, you could maybe take Miroslav with you, and see if the priest can perhaps try to lift this curse while we are busy.
I will stay with Milivoj, and
But you cannot cure the illness. If we fail upstairs, maybe the priest can cure him.
if you do not
Feet, he's double moving up the stairs.
if you do not yeah, she basically says if you don't
No.
cure him,
Oglethorpe stops him. Stop, Celine.
Strength check.
No, just.
Easy, please.
I mean, I just sent Calamus up there. Nobody's either listening or nobody cares. So.
Well, you were in the other room. We didn't hear all that.
Yeah, I'm trying to stop you,
All right,
and you're saying straight check. So.
Why do you stop me, old man?
I've sent Calamus to see what's going on up there.
All right.
Claudia, Miss Belasco will gather up the children and start ushering them outside. Come, children, come, children. We're going to go across to the church. Come, let's go see Father Lucian. And they'll leave Milivoj in the bed.
Okay.
She
And
gathers
hopefully
up all
the
the
priest
children.
can he can send the priest back here.
All right. Calamus comes up to the top of the steps.
He is
If we're
invisible.
gone, she takes the children to the
He's
hags.
invisible now. Are you able to see through Calamus? Is that right?
Yes, I could see through his eyes.
So you close your eyes.
And
your
I
eyes
can
roll
hear,
back
yeah.
in your head, and you
And
go
they just
silent.
turn white. Yeah.
And you
they
you hold on to Irina.
Irina.
And this second floor hallway has 6 different doors, most of which are left wide open. Only the single door at the north end of the hall is closed. You also see a hatch on the ceiling at the southern end of the room. The hallway's only window on the southern wall is broken and boarded up. And I'll share this map with you. That is what you see.
So the attic is the latch on the ceiling, correct?
That you would assume so.
Yeah. Okay.
But you've also
Calamus
got all these
cannot
other
open
rooms.
that. Yeah. So Oglethorpe's eyes will go back to normal. They say, "It appears to be a hallway with many rooms, but there is a hatch on the ceiling, which is no doubt the attic."
hearing this Salim starts running up the steps.
He grabs your arm and says, "Be careful, Salim. Go with trepidation."
What's that? And he keeps running.
Salim, we are part of a group now. We like to have, some strategy before we just run in rooms.
Okay,
You talk too much. Come on.
you and Calamus are in this hall. There are multiple doors. Is everybody else going up?
I think
Definitely.
we're all following.
I'm
Yeah.
walking.
Oglethorpe is going to. Did anybody tell him? Is anybody like telling me that we're going to fight this demon or whatever thing?
Well, yeah, I figured once we got gathered all in that room,
Okay.
we'll let Salim run
Well,
up
he's
and
gonna.
deny if he wants
Did
to.
he?
That's fine. Let's just talk and tell everybody, get everybody on the same page about what's happening.
Well, I
Yeah,
think while we
because
were waiting in the hall, Irina would have filled him in with what she
Yeah.
knew.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself, and here we go again. This is scary. Hold on.
And I guess I'll cast Shillelagh.
All right. He's good. Nothing to fear.
I'll go ahead and give myself Vigilant Blessing.
Yeah, you can do that every turn, right?
Yep.
I
Well,
cast
at the
Shillelagh
beginning of
on
every
my
encounter.
I cast Shillelagh on my quarterstaff and nothing happens. And I just mutter under my breath.
I'm going to have a syringe in one hand
How come it
and
didn't happen?
a crossbow in the other.
I dropped it at level 4, but I mean, metagaming. I mean, that's the mechanical reason I dropped it at level 4. But it's just another thing that I'm losing, and losing one thing and gaining something else as I progress.
But you're a druid, and you're losing a druid thing instead of a cleric thing.
Well, yeah, but as a druid at level 4, you can drop one cantrip and pick up another one, and I dropped that one and picked up something else. So I'm just saying that things are. I'm losing one thing and gaining something else as I progress.
I got you.
So Hyde just has a crossbow and a needle out. So he's like a cracked out Robin Hood right now.
Exactly.
More like Little John.
Okay.
You never know what he's going to be shooting up. Gun
Salim, would you
or
want
needle.
Would you want to be using your fingernail trick again?
To do what? All I need to do is get into the attic.
All right,
Okay.
so to get up here to the end of this hallway, you've got all these doors, and you've got a hatch in the roof, and you've got a busted out window.
Let's check the rooms for loot.
I'll open the window.
It's boarded up.
I'm going to unboard it.
Okay, you open it up, and it's a broken out window.
Yep.
And you unboard it, and it looks out over to the front, the courtyard where the front door was.
And are the children leaving with the lady?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I said we search the rooms.
So you've got a door on the south. So basically, you've got southwest, middle west, northwest, north. You've got northeast and southeast. So right by Aklis, let's call that door number 1 to the north. Right by Salim is door number 2 to the east. Then down to the right of the number 8 is door number 3. Then door number 4 is to the left of 8. Door number 5 is directly left of y'all. And door number 6 is just the square above Irina.
Oh, and just roll a die?
And then you got,
Y'all want to just roll a die?
Well, you said most of the doors were open, right?
Yep.
So I just look into the door.
All the doors are open except the one to the north.
I look through the doorway to my right.
All right. Let me. It looks like this is dormitory. Hang on a second, guys. Sophia's calling me real quick. I don't know what that's.
He never does that.
Hang on. Yeah, I know.
She
She only
never
calls
does
me
that.
when we're playing. I know.
I know, right?
Hello.
If she was watching the stream, she could just text me.
No
I'll come down
kidding,
here and
right?
I guess
I mean,
look
why
at both of
isn't she
those.
watching Twitch, right?
That's right.
Why isn't she playing a character?
Yeah, because more characters is what we need.
Obviously.
Try that first, and then let me know.
All right. I think Ickless might open the door to the north.
I assume
What's in there?
Davis is going to be in this room with the closed door. So then that's
I assume he's in the hatch upstairs. This isn't
That's
the
what I
attic.
think.
These are the dorms. The attic
Right.
is the hatch in the ceiling.
So I want to make sure there's no extra kids around that we need to send on their way before we.
We need to search all these rooms.
Yep.
I'm just saying that the attic is the hatch. This isn't.
I
The
hate to
attic.
burn down the orphanage with children in it.
It's not that bad.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna go get a drink real quick. I'll be right back.
She never does.
Okay, I'm back. Tut's getting a drink. So everybody take a quick break if you want to grab drinks or anything. Yeah, she's the Apple ID password. Or Apple ID, yeah, password is messed up. So.
Gotcha.
She can watch her shows.
I finished my Willet. The Willet bourbon is really good, by the way. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic.
Which Willet?
The pot still.
Is that the entry level one or which one?
I'm looking. I don't know.
The pot still's the one that has the prettiest bottle ever.
Yeah, pot still. It's definitely the pot still. It's got the wax seal. No, it's good stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah. One of our sales reps bought it for
I'm a
me
big
after I
fan.
helped him close a deal.
Nice.
So time to
I'm
crack
hate to sleep.
open the Four Roses single barrel. Can't go wrong.
I made to make a call to
wrong
Miroslav.
with
I
that.
believe my back is broken.
Why do you say that?
Ugh. I haven't swung a golf club since. Well, I've swung golf clubs. I haven't played golf since about last June. No, it was July, and played 18 earlier, and it was. I was 1 for 9, and they had already put in for 18.
Who are you playing golf with?
Who? Jesse and Bo.
That's a hell of a crew.
How'd you shoot?
Front, terrible. Back, much better. Which I am not a good golfer. I am not going to pretend that I'm good, but I shot a 56 on the front and a 46 on the back.
I'm usually the opposite. I start to falter on the back nine every time I play.
Well, this is also the first time I got new clubs, and it's the first time I'd ever played with them. It was a learning experience. But every club I have right now, except for my putter, was all new. But I have a new putter coming, so.
Sounds like you're getting ready to play some more
All
golf.
right, we all back?
Yep.
Okay, so Reverend, you're going down to look in these other rooms. I assume that's what's going on here.
Yep.
Okay.
Fan out, everyone.
No extra children.
I'll just open all these suckers up here.
Yeah, we're basically just checking them all.
So these
And
are
there's no
all
one.
clearly just the dormitories of these. This is where all the kids. This is the kids' rooms.
But
Should we look
vacant.
through them all to see if we can find Felix's stuff, which probably has like a dead cat in a footlocker or something?
All right, so we'll start with room 13. Give me an investigation check, please.
You're doing one of us per room.
Just whoever's in the rooms. I mean, yep. It looks like a room probably for girls. 5 beds. You don't see any children. The children, a couple children passed you as they were coming down the stairs. Children got sent up here to, to get the other kids that were up here. So all the children are out of the place right now. All right, Miroslav, you want to give me so Miroslav, that room, this room contains three beds, a windowsill holds a quartet of small figurines assembled from twigs. This is probably the room that the boys, older boys, sleep in. Would you like to give me an investigation check?
With guidance. 15.
15. You notice some small. What languages do you speak?
Common, Druidic, Elvish, and Infernal.
Infernal. You recognize some infernal runes.
Really? What does it say?
Scratched on to the bedpost of each bed. There's on one bedpost of every bed. Some runes that loosely translate to dark dreams.
Dark dreams.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems to me that somebody has put this on the beds and is making the kids have these nightmares, which is beating them up in their sleep.
Possibly.
That's my first thought.
Let's scratch through that shit.
You want me to do any other checks, or is there anything else I can infer from that information? Okay.
That's
Destroy
what you
the
know.
runes.
Okay.
Destroy the runes.
How? What's it? They're on the bedposts.
They're scratched into the bedpost.
Just put a knife through them or something. Scratch them out.
One on each bed, or
Yep.
multiples, or
one on each bed.
Let's see what I have that I could do to destroy that.
They've just been etched in there with like a knife or something.
I'll tell you what. If we're going to spend a couple minutes while everybody's looking through these rooms, I'm going to do cast a ritual spell of detect magic on one of the runes and see if I learn anything else.
Okay.
If I have 10 minutes.
You cast your spell and you don't detect any magic.
Okay. I will take out my bone saw and cut off the piece of the bedpost with the runes on it.
Okay. Irina and so you cut it out, scratch it out, cut it out, no problem. Irina and Oglethorpe, would you like to do any kind of your room? Basically, this is crammed with cots, leaving little room for other.
Investigation.
There's other. You can do another one. There's some dolls on the beds, so these look like they're probably younger kids sleeping here. But investigation is fine.
Oh.
And look at that shit.
Wow.
20s for each of you.
Damn. Wow.
And you see the same
I
thing.
rolled mine twice by accident, so.
Well, you still with the 16, you still get it. So you see the same runes that say dark dreams.
Irina, do you have a dagger?
I do not. Just a little sword.
I have two. I can give you one. Let's start scratching these runes off. I can speak infernal and abyssal. So, am I getting the same reading that
same thing.
he got? Yeah.
Dark dreams.
Yeah, these are terrible runes that are giving the children very dark dreams. I assume that's also what's hurting them in the night. We must destroy these ruins so the children can get some peace. And he gives you one of his knives, and we're going to start just scratching them out.
Okay. Raylan, give me an investigation check as you look through that room. Yep, you don't know what's going on in the other rooms, so you're kind of clueless to anything.
But now that we have seen it in 2 rooms, I'm not going to assume that it's in all the beds, the ones that people that failed. So I'm going to ask them if they see anything when we all get back together.
So if you go down there, you can give me an investigation check with advantage if you go down to the other rooms that.
13, there were none found.
13, there were none found.
14, we didn't find anything. He tells check the bedposts.
Yes, check the
I
bedposts.
was only looking for Felix.
There's some terrible runes carved into these bedposts. Demonic runes.
You see them in room 13 there, Oglethorpe.
on.
The young girl, you see them. I'll just tell you, you see them. You know what you're looking for.
Okay. I want to roll that anyway.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
You get them. That was enough. And when you go down into the other room, Irina goes down. Give me a roll.
That's what she's looking for.
Advantage. Investigation with advantage. Absolutely. And you see it on every room, on every bed, except one.
Ooh.
Which room is the one?
14.
14.
That's on every bed. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beds in there, and it's on 4 of the beds, but it's not on the 5th bed.
Let's search that bed.
Yes.
Let's search that one, yeah. And the trunk at the foot.
Okay. Let me see.
Aklis wants to look to the north. That room.
Let's go,
When
you don't
we get
find
there.
anything. You don't find anything in any of these lockers other than just like personal effects, clothing, underwear, a couple pairs of shorts and pants and shirts, but nothing of nothing unusual.
Under the bed, under the,
Nope, nothing.
Toss it like it was a prison cell.
Yep, you don't find anything except those runes.
Find a toothbrush, shaved down into a shiv.
To a shiv. All right, door to the north.
Door to the north. This is clearly the nursery where the babies sleep.
Oh shit.
And you see the same thing over all these cribs. He's even tormenting the babies.
Aklis, we might have to kill a child.
This is no child.
We will save him if we can. We do not know what influences his mind.
Get the locket off. I believe he came with a locket. Maybe it is possessed.
It could be so. So we scratch out the runes with whatever implements.
Okay.
Are there any infants in here, or are there empty?
No, you saw a bunch of kids. The kids came up and got them, and so everybody's out of this place as far as you know. There's nobody up here. You saw several kids past you, babies. Babies getting carried out. They all left.
And that staircase goes up and down?
There's a hatch right there where Aklis is.
Okay.
But isn't there still a locked door up here?
No, it was just closed. It wasn't locked.
Okay.
That was the nursery, yeah.
Yep.
And there's no
Okay.
sign of
Well, let's.
Felix.
Don't see Felix.
He must be
And
in the
the
other
whoever-
room, Aklis.
Whoever wants to be the first.
Salim,
I am a support character.
he pulls the string down from the attic stairs.
As soon as you
Pull it
do
down.
Oglethorpe.
Down. Chevy Chase falls
Hold
down
on a
on top
second.
of you.
As soon as you do that, Oglethorpe casts a spell, and all of a sudden, 3 more Oglethorpes appear, and they're all in various stages
Yay!
of holding their back, like they're all like limping around.
They're all complaining about the stairs.
They're all complaining about the stairs. Yeah, every one of them. Oh no, not the stairs.
Okay, you
They
guys ready
cast
to go
mirror
up?
image.
Okay,
Hold
roll
on,
your.
I gotta do this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dodged a bullet there. All right. So there's 4 Oglethorpes now. So
Okay.
We
I'll
almost just
redo
had
my
to
choice.
fight.
Who's next to go up?
We almost just had to fight 3 evil Oglethorpes.
Who's next going up the steps?
Oh hell, Heckle.
So I'll
He's
go
just shaking.
Okay, who's next?
I can go third.
Next.
I'll go fourth.
If the puny human can go, so can I.
which one's the puny human?
Henry.
Who's next?
I'll go next.
Oh. I will go last.
And then
Come,
Miroslav,
Oglethorpes. Let's go.
and then Oglethorpe,
And
Calamus.
and Calamus. All right.
Ooh.
This large room is barren of furnishings and is otherwise choked with dust and cobwebs. There are a few random piles of clutter, but nothing much else. And the furniture that's there, it's kind of old and broken. But at the far end of the room, by the attic's only window, is a small boy sitting in a lone chair, silhouetted by the incoming light. He appears to be carving a little wooden doll. And he just sits there.
When I get to the top of the steps, I'm going to use a 2nd level spell. I'm going to cast See Invisibility.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to kind of look around the room, see if there's anybody around who I'm assuming is Felix, see if he's by himself or...
You just see this little boy, probably 10 years old, and he's just carving away.
I'd cast hold person.
With looks like just a little pocket knife,
He's
Cast
alone.
hold person on the kid.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll look around and say that, as far as I can tell, he's alone.
What is the saving throw?
I believe it's wisdom.
14. It's 14.
Yep.
Wisdom 14.
Well, what is your wisdom?
I believe it's 18. Yep.
So 8, 4, 2.
It rolled a 21.
14.
Why didn't I get to roll it on him? I mean, it's a
Just
spell.
rolled 21.
Okay.
Because it's just roll with me for a little bit. He looks up at you. Oh, hello. Oh. And he starts to twirl the knife in his hand. He just looks like he's handling that knife, not like any small little child would. And the light coming from the attic's far window dims. And a dark, putrid smoke begins to exude from this small child's body. and wafts away from him as this impenetrable shadow. And who the fuck are you to think you can come in here and start casting spells on me?
I cast silence.
And the boy's body slumps forward, and a shadow begins to take form. His arms stretch out from this central mass in solid black claws. And where the face of a small boy was, a demonic face bearing rows of sharp, razor sharp teeth grins. And think of this like it's kind of like the smoke monster in Lost, but there is this visage of a face and this visage of arms. And let me remove this, which is just a token, because I thought you might actually do something other than come in swinging and put that there. That's why you didn't roll it, because you couldn't target that thing. And I need everybody to roll initiative, please, as we're gonna. Shit, it's 9:44. You know what? We're gonna roll for initiative, and this is where we're gonna stop.
Roll
this
for initiative.
Smoke monster
Or kill this bastard.
comes at you.
Terrible initiative.
Smoke monster. Do you have a picture of him?
No, not really, but let me see what I got here. See if I got something that'll kind of work. This is a made-up creature, so I don't really have anything. I'm just using the token from the shadow demon, but it's not.
Okay. You
It's not
homebrewed
exactly
this
what it is.
monster?
I homebrewed the monster. This is a little adventure that I pulled off of DM's Guild, that I homebrewed this particular creature from. It's a little different than what they had put together. So
Sweet.
So that's where we'll stop. Yeah. So this is not part of the actual Curse of Strahd at all. Real well, some components.
Sweet.
I'm sorry, not this whole thing.
Very nice.
So that's what we got. So that's where we'll pick it up on Monday, the 29th.
All right.
Good game.
Level
folks.
up, everybody.
That's like what? Is that 4 straight episodes without combat? Wow.
Yeah, something like that. Finally getting into
It's
it.
never happened before.
Excited for it.
That's where I'm having some trouble with the journal.
Exposition journals are hard, man.
No
They really
kidding.
Hey,
All right,
they
if
don't have
anybody
to
has
be
anything they want me to
perfect.
include, that's right.
I know, I just like to be thorough. The best I can.
Looking forward to it.
Yep. Let me know if you need help. So
we're waiting on
sorry,
you
guys.
and
We'll
Kay,
let you guys get some aggression out next step.
Yeah, we'll see.
Sounds good.
Well done.
All right, everybody. Good game.
Y'all have a good night. Take care.
It was much better tonight in terms of people talking over each other. So well done. Thanks for anybody watching. We appreciate you joining us. We'll be back on Memorial Day night, 7:30 p.m.
Yeehaw.